every PSVR game coming out. So let's talk about it.
Where are you taking me?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Husky Puppy over at NGI, and today in this video we are talking about what I stated in my previous video. If y'all watched my PSVR 2 brand new news plus confirmation and information, how like the cord is detachable, how the OLED not an LED, and all that good stuff, but that's in that video. In today's video, we're going to be going over every single PSVR 2 video game announced and upcoming for this new PSVR 2 console. You guys say console, you guys say side project, y'all say enhanced hardware for the PS5, whatever you guys want to call it. I call it a platform console of its own nature and standard, because if you guys ever played VR by now, which you should, there's plenty of affordable options with the Quest or Quest 2 or even a PSVR 1. This PSVR 2 is going to blow everything out of the fucking water, and I'm here to put my stamp of approval on that sentence or quote. Anyway, like I said in my previous video, I wanted to make a video going over every single PSVR 2 video game and announcement, so let's get into it. Nevertheless, the first one we're going to talk about is a classic. It's been brought up multiple fucking times, but we got to bring it out. It's called Horizon Call of the Mountain. It's the first game that Sony themselves have announced for the PSVR 2, and obviously you should know what this shit's all about by now. It's a spin-off of Horizon Zero Dawn, where you play the protagonist ally, or they learned about the extinction of their humanity, and this new Horizon PSVR 2 is an all new entity into this story, into this world, and it's obviously developed by Sony, and it looks to be a launch title. So they said 2023 early, so we could get this alongside of PSVR 2, so keep that in mind. Obviously, the next one we're going to talk about is, to no one's surprise, it's Resident Evil 8. After months of rumors and speculation, we finally know from Capcom's own announcement that Resident Evil 8 will be on the PSVR 2 lineup, and it is confirmation that it's going to be the full game. Now, I had some thoughts saying maybe it was just going to be like a few things or a mode. Well, no, it's the actual full game, just like Resident Evil 7 on the PSVR. So this is very huge to those fans that play and love Resident Evil. For me, my very first experience of Resident Evil 7 was all in VR. I did not play the 2D version, and I almost shat myself. That game was fucking incredible, and I really wish I could have done that with Resident Evil 8, but I wanted to jump right in. So this is going to be something that I'm going to have to replay in VR, so I could shit myself all over again with the new, better graphics and fidelity. After that, we're going to talk about some more Resident Evil, because Resident Evil 4 Remake is confirmed to have supportive content. Now, supportive content means it's not going to be the full VR game, which is dutify garbage diarrhea ass chips. But we do know that Oculus Quest already has Resident Evil 4 to play in VR, so maybe that's why. Maybe they really did sign like an exclusive, like not just a time exclusive, but like actual an exclusivity, where now the PSVR 2 can only get supportive content. Honestly, I'm not a fan of supportive content. You're either in all the way or you're not, and they don't look like they're in all the way on this. So if you want to play the true Resident Evil 4 in VR, you're gonna have to pick up a Quest. After that, we have a game that went through hell and back in development cycle of fucking infernos, which is the No Man's Sky. Obviously, you guys should know about the No Man's Sky dilemma and what happened and what was going on with them by now, but nevertheless, they cleaned their act up and everything seems to be going really fucking well for them, and it looks like the PS5 version with the PSVR 2 is going to be just like how No Man's Sky was on the PSVR 1, where you could do everything. And it's supposed to be a free edition, free update. I mean, they really turned No Man's Sky around, and honestly, maybe this is where I dabble into No Man's Sky so I can play that shit in VR on my PSVR 2, because when you think about launch day and games, they're not going to launch with 80 fucking games despite everybody's rumors and opinions. It's probably going to be a small lineup of 5 to 6 games, just like the PSVR 1. So you're going to want to scrape together games that you could play on your new platform. Obviously, Horizon Resident Evil 8, and it could possibly be No Man's Sky. After that, we have The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Chapter 2 Retribution, another game that we've talked about multiple times on this channel. It's coming out in 2023, no surprise, with the PSVR 2. We do not know if it's a launch title. We don't even know if this is a sequel. We just know that it's The Walking Dead, new content's coming, and it's a sequel to the first game on the PSVR, which is Saints and Sinners, and it did pretty well. After that, we have The Firmament, which is the Mist developer Cyan Worlds. It's the latest game originally planned to come to the original PSVR, but the studio confirmed that it's stopping the PSVR work and they're going to transform it to PSVR 2, and it looks gorgeous. It looks like it's going to be an adventure genre type game. It was shown off in 2018 if y'all remember, but now it's planned for a PSVR 2 launch when the headset is ready. After that, we had Alvo. Alvo started as a PSVR exclusive shooter. Now, I don't know if you guys know about Alvo, but when they came out with it, everybody was like, oh shit, this is Call of Duty in VR. And then it disappeared off the earth and nobody heard from it ever again. And we ended up getting other things like Firepoint, Team Ground, or something like that, which is more like Counter-Strike VR. Fucking amazing game, by the way, but really limited in what you can do. But this seems to be the Call of Duty Counter-Strike craziness of Alvo. Look it up. I'll have the footage in the background. It's really good. It doesn't say in a release date, but does say it's supposed to be a PSVR 2 exclusive, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, we're going over every game in this video. I'm talking every game. After that, we had a Coat Sync game. Now, if you don't know who Coat Sync is, the developers, they did Jurassic World Aftermath, Shadow Point, SPR, all those games. They didn't announce what game they have. They just said a game that they're making is coming. So you could probably just put that into perspective. It's probably going to be something along the lines of Jurassic World, because that's one of their biggest IPs. And I think they have some stuff like that on the actual Quest. So just pin that in your notepad and paper. After that, we had Among Us VR. Now, Among Us is a fucking phenomenon with kids, phenomenon in the gaming space, phenomenon in general. If you don't know about Among Us by now, you're living under a rock, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. I don't have to explain anything about Among Us, just know that the VR version's coming, and I actually can't wait for it. After that, we had an N-Dreams company. They announced a upcoming game. Now, if you don't know what N-Dreams is, it's a UK-based company. They are known for multiple projects, like VR Phantom, which was on the Oculus Quest, and Fracked, which is a PSVR shooter that actually did really well. So they said they're coming out with another game, but exclusively for PSVR 2. Oh, they said multiple games. Let me get that quote right. And obviously, First Contact Entertainment, this is the game that I brought up, which is Firewall Zero Hour. They made that on PSVR, and it fucking went crazy. It was a really good game because everybody forgot about Alvo, and it was the only shooter that we had at that time other than Firepoint or something like that, which was like an alien shooter where you could actually use the aim controller to play this. And I remember playing countless hours of this, getting lost because this was like a really tactical Counter-Strike or Rainbow Six type video game. It was just really limited, and what you can do in every match kind of felt the same, but the competitive aspect was there. I feel like with the Oculus Quest 2, a game like that with the better controllers and tracking is going to be fucking astronomically crazy. Like, I can't put that into words of how good this is going to be with the new hardware and the new controllers. Well, that falls on the hardware, but you know what I mean. So yeah, they're going to be developing a new game for PSVR 2. It could be Firewall Zero Hour 2, or it could be something indifferently entirely. After that, we had Runner. Runner was another game announced for the PSVR 2. The developer Taunt Pixel has this anime spiking game in which you speed down highways and has some good cutscenes and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what to expect with VR for this Runner game. Maybe you just like have your hands on your controllers, but they're like on the handlebars and you're like fucking Tron or Speed Racer on motorcycle. Nevertheless, still pretty cool. After that, we had Lo-Fi, a sci-fi game from Iris VR. and it's been promised to join the PSVR 2 lineup. Now, I don't know much about this one, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but apparently this game is really anticipated. It's been teased for a long time. People want to play it. They're mad that it's not out already, and they said it's coming to PSVR 2. So if you're a fan of lo-fi and you want to get your hands on it, cop a VR 2. After that, Samurai Slaughterhouse. It's an indie studio working on two Samurai Slaughterhouse games, which are filled with melee, bloody combat, black and white art style with physics-based fighting. I'm a fucking sucker for this stuff. I'm gonna be playing this. Like, no caps. No pepperoni pizzas, dudes. I'm gonna be playing this shit. And, of course, now that we broke down all the confirmed games that are coming or studios that are working on games, we also have to cover the rumors. Why are we covering the rumors, you say? Because I said I'm going to talk about every single fucking PSVR game coming, whether it's confirmed or rumors. That's what this video is about, and I'm not clickbaiting you guys. You guys are my homies. We are running it up. 242 subscribers. I am blown away by how fast we are growing. We are growing tremendously, and I can't wait. You guys already know the goal is 1K, and I'm trying to get monetized, so let's keep running it up, dudes. Thank you so much. After that, for the rumor games, we have Gran Turismo 7. I know this game is not in the best state with the gamers, the community, and in general. YouTubers took the articles and went wild and started a fucking sound wave of backlash. That game supposedly is fixed by now. I don't know because I haven't played it. But with a VR mode, see, I love Gran Turismo. I will play Gran Turismo over the Motorsports and the Horizons or whatever from Xbox. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. It's just my brain is turning to mush right now as I'm spilling out all this knowledge reading these games in the lineup. But I would play Gran Turismo over those because I'm just a huge Gran Turismo fan. I grew up on it. But the problem is with racing games in general, it just got too stale for me. And with limited time now that I'm getting older, I don't want to just waste my time and dabble into a racing game when I can do an RPG, fantasy, etc. Right? But VR changes it. I played Drive Club on VR and it fucking blew me away. You get a steering wheel with the pedals and you put that fucking headset on. You cannot tell me that's a new. You cannot tell me that's not a new experience. That's not something that's crazy. And then if you really want to fucking go crazy, put a fan in front of you while you're doing that. Oh my goodness, you really feel like a speed racer. So with PSVR 2. Incorporating Gran Turismo 7, you best believe I'm getting my fucking steering wheel, my pedals ready, my fan ready, and we are jumping in this bitch going crazy with Gran Turismo 7. I'm super excited because the graphics are really good. I just hope the VR graphics are extremely better and it takes advantage of that PSVR 2 specs and fidelity. After that, this is a game we just talked about not too long ago. The new rumor is Farpoint 2. Farpoint was a tremendously well-received alien-based shooter that took advantage of the aim controller. Now, sadly, not a lot of games took advantage of the aim controller. It really pissed me off because I bought the bundle with Farpoint and I felt like I got screwed. Now, we don't know if Sony's going to have continued use for the aim controller or if they're going to have an aim controller too. However, we do know that Farpoint 2 is coming, and it was a phenomenal game, and I can't wait to experience Farpoint 2. And I probably need to go back and play Farpoint 1, to be honest. And here we go, guys. This one is going to blow your mind tops, right? Half-Life Alyx. I shit you not, dudes. Half-Life Alyx is going to be ported for the PSVR 2. If you don't know what Half-Life Alyx is, this is pretty much the golden standard of VR gaming. This is the astronomical, perfect example of how a VR game can be so transformative and how it can change your whole life and opinion of the genre. I'm not going to say any more. I feel like I explained it very well and I'm not going to fuck that up. After that, so we got down to the confirmed games, the rumored games, and we're going to keep it going. This video is probably going to be really fucking long, and I'm sorry for this, guys, but if you really want to know all the information, I am very passionate of the PSVR 2. I am a huge VR fanatic. A lot of people shitted on VR when it first came out, and I was one of the early adopters on PSVR, the original, when it first came out, and I loved it. And then everybody caught on how good it was. So it won me over, and it's definitely the new way to play video games regardless of what anybody says. So, we went over that. We went over the confirmed, the rumored. Now the last portion of our video is going to be cross-gen games. I know you guys are not going to be happy about cross-gen games, but it happens. PS5 is getting cross-gen PS4 games. Xbox Series X is getting cross-fucking family of console video games. So they're being held back in a way. For example, the biggest thing that everybody's crying about is God of War being a cross-gen game, and there's certain graphic and fidelity options where people are mad about, but that's for another video. So these are sneak peek topics that we're talking about. Next, we're going over cross-gen PSVR 2 and PSVR 1 games. The first one is Hitman 3. Hitman 3, you guys already know about this game. It came out with a bunch of DLC, came out with a lot of shit, and it's getting VR support on PC, so they're just kind of throwing the devs, not Sony and not PSVR 2 fans, but the devs for Hitman 3 are just kind of throwing shit at the wall at this point and really trying to milk the most they can get from Hitman 3. So yes, a VR version's coming. Will I play it? I don't know. I gotta see how I feel. Hitman games for me took a toll when it became when it became so much restrictive, plus all the DLCs. It just really turned me off. Resident Evil 7. This is, of course, without a doubt, PSVR, the original, already had Resident Evil 7, so a PS5 port or remaster is definitely going to be in the works for PSVR 2. It's going to be cool. Will I experience it again? It really depends on how much the rework was, because I tell you not, dudes. See, the thing about VR is I have memories now of going through the haunted house of Resident Evil 7. That is burned in my fucking mind. You guys have to try this. I'm not even lying. VR actually gives you memories. It feels like you were actually there, and you can't get that experience with a 2D game on your TV. Even if it's a 3D game on your TV, it's still fucking 2D because you're staring at the screen. You're not in it, right? So when you're in it, you actually have a memory of being in it. I don't know, maybe I'm just tapped in my fucking mind, but I feel like that is, I mean, it's true. And the thing about that is, like, I have memories of sitting in front of a TV playing games. A lot of people do, right? But I don't have memories like I have with VR, because I don't see the fucking controller in my hand or the TV screen. I have memories of me walking down that fucking haunted house, getting stabbed up by my girlfriend who went psycho. I mean, guys, this shit is really fucking astronomical and game-changing. You guys have to get on this VR bandwagon and VR wave. I'm not on the bandwagon because I fucking led the bandwagon, alright? Let's get that stated on channel. And next, after that, after my little rant, we're going on The Precedence. Now, The Precedent is another game that's already came out on the PSVR. It did mediocre. I actually never reviewed this game, so I need to go back and sharpen my tool shed and maybe drop a review, but I actually have to play the fucking game. And with time being so delicate nowadays, with me starting businesses, trying to run YouTube, like I said, guys, if we hit 1,000 subscribers and we blow this shit up, I could do this full time, and I can lend my time to making review content because I have to actually play the games. I'm not like these other guys where I'll play a game for about 10-20 minutes and I make a whole review about it. I actually play from fucking start to finish and then really non-biased wrap that shit up. After that, we're going with Kona. Kona is a first-person investigation game designed to survive a blizzard, and it's set in North Canada. Now, the game's already out for PS4 and PC, but it's going to get a PS5, PSVR 2 version. Now, guys, that is all that we have to talk about. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this content. It was a lot to talk about. My voice is like, dude, you need to stop talking. But I love talking about stuff that I'm passionate about, which is the main reason why I run this channel. Anyway, guys, there's a lot to go on. And if you're a big PSVR fan and you're ready for PSVR 2, make sure you smash that fucking like button, because I'm covering it from start to finish, and then I'll have reviews and shit when it comes out, as long as I can get my hands on one before the fucking scalper getting. Yes, I said scalper getting, because you know for a fact the scalpers are going to come and try to destroy us legitimate purchasers from day one, our hopes and dreams. Just like they did to my N64 Nintendo controller, which I'm still trying to fucking get till this day, and I'm not paying out of fucking scalper price when I can get it from Nintendo for a good price. I just have to play the waiting game now. So anyway, guys, if you want, I do read every single comments in the comments below, and I do reply. I just don't reply to trolls because that's not worth my time. Let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. What games are you excited for? What rumors? You know, where are we going with this? Are you guys on board for it? Do you feel like it's not it? Do you need me to? You need some encouragement on PSVR 2? Do you need me to share some experience with you in the comments? Make sure you like that button, hit that like, turn on notifications by subscribing, as I'm putting out massive, tremendous quality content. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to fucking scam boast myself anymore. I think I've done enough, and I feel like you guys got the picture. So I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless you.